not as adversarial, but as a transformative opportunity for our businesses, for our lives, and our opportunities to impact our world. What we're trying to do here, why do we bring these companies forward? Why do we challenge the industry to think differently? We want you to feel more comfortable. You may not, I certainly don't, understand information technology or what some of these guys are on about. But they're here and they want to partner with you. They want to share ideas. They want to create something new. And that door is open, wide open to you. CRISPR, what an amazing technology. But I have to say, I left thinking of one thing. If I was to present this technology, I'd be talking about the person who is suffering from a disease and that there's a clock on their life. And can we develop this technology fast enough to save them? That's the story, the human story, that will make people feel comfortable with this technology. Without that messaging, are we even going to allow it? That is the impact, that's the responsibility I believe we have as scientists, as thought leaders, to make sure that this story is told, or the future of this technology will not be what it should be. Another story we heard about. The doors are open. The most populous nation in the world, the second largest economy and the one that is soon going to be the biggest, is open to American beef. Indeed, it's open to Irish beef. But now what? Without collaboration, without cooperation, we can't drive through those doors. So we have to be thinking differently. We have to find these new ways of adapting. And we have happened on one. We've seen the benefits of this incubator idea, of this startup mentality. And it's not just based on businesses, on new ideas. We're using this within our company to think about business challenges and issues we have. At the end of the summer, we're going to be starting another incubator to take 4 challenges we have within our organization, put talented people on them, and give them a chance. Give them 3 months. What is your solution? We'll give you the resources. Don't make this a top-down thing. Bring people in and use this extraordinary way of thinking like a startup to solve large challenges within an organization. And we've done this because we've had success. The Peer Science Accelerator, within agriculture, one of the most successful and an interesting model. Most other companies, they're going with a checkbook. They're saying, we want to buy into your company. That's not what Peer Science said. He said, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to be partners with these guys. But I want to take their ideas somewhere else. And I want to grow their opportunities. I want to share my connections. And I want to bring them to my conference. And that is what's been, that different way of thinking has been what's made this successful. This shouldn't be something that we're worried about, agriculture being the least digitalized sector. What an opportunity this is. If we're the least, we have the most space to grow. We have the most things we can do of any sector in the world. Our first year created a huge amount of success. 6 of our 10 accelerated companies in the top 100 ag tech startups, ag tech companies. 60 million in qualified sales leads. What is going to happen this year with these new ideas? Extraordinarily exciting. We're having an internal meeting tomorrow, and we've revamped the schedule to make sure they have a chance, again, to speak to our people, to start this process. Alltech once was a startup. And what I'm committed to is keeping parts of our organization, keeping people within our organization thinking that same way. So we can have that founder's mentality. My father was always a startup. He was so excited to hear the ideas. He was so excited to make them happen. And he was so frustrated with the bureaucracy of his own organization, a bureaucracy that he understood the need for. But yet, that entrepreneurial energy must stay alive in our organization. So we've had an idea. An idea he put forward and we're moving ahead. Why wouldn't this be a great ecosystem for startups, particularly in the area of agriculture and food and fermentation? Can we make this its own Silicon Valley? The Silicon Valley full of horses, distilleries, rolling hills. And we had a meeting about this. About a month ago, we launched this idea. And that brought about another discussion today, over lunch. A packed room is to turn away people. We had representatives from government, representatives from the startup community, talking about how we make this idea happen. And Patrick Walsh, our partner, Dogpatch Labs, he said what you need are a few lightning rods. Don't try and do everything. Do a few things well. You need an accelerator. We've got that. You need a conference that people come to. We've got that. And you need a physical space, which we don't have yet. But we will. So we already have the elements to create this startup hub. And we have inspirational, visionary, kicked it all off, Pierce Lyons. We have to focus. We have to focus around the ecosystem that we are good at. There are 300,000 people in Kentucky involved in agriculture. We're not a state of big, big farms. We're a state of a lot of agripreneurs, a lot of people engaged in agriculture, creating interesting products, working in niche spaces. These are the people who will innovate faster, who will be interested in these types of ideas. We have large food companies. There's virtually nobody who works in the fast food industry, in the restaurant industry in general, that at some point didn't come through Louisville. And a lot of them that I know like to come back here. Why not bring them back? Why not engage with those companies? And of course, fermentation. The reason that my family is here. Because of the bourbon industry, Dad brought our family here. And fermentation is all around us. That's what we know. We can be a node within a larger network, connect with other places. They're all coming here for this conference. Why not take advantage of that? Will you join us? Will you sign up? Will you partner to create this future, this incredible vision? One of my father's favorite quotes was that the opportunity of a lifetime had to take place in the lifetime of the opportunity. And this won't be something that is available forever. Other places will move ahead with this space, and we'll lose the chance. So the last crucial ingredient we need is the one that my father always talked about: speed. Speed, speed, speed. We've got to make this happen now. And in terms of speed, or the antithesis of speed, something else that I was so passionate and interested about this week was thinking about aging, and thinking about the number of things that we can do. Dr. Fatui's talk was tremendous, and possibly one of the most impactful parts of it was the fact that a lot of these things we know, and that all of them we can control. We can do a huge amount to control our own aging, to control our brain health, to make this mission possible, and to have a cure for memory loss. I'm so excited about this accelerator, this startup idea, probably more than any else. Because I'm always being asked this question: you guys know about nutrition? What should I take? What are all these supplements? We now have a very entrepreneurial and exciting way to think about that, a new business to create in this space, but backed by science, which makes us completely unique. And it's technology that we know is proven to have enormous impact on a devastating disease and many other diseases. There's incredible things happening in terms of technology. We know that in China, they're working on AI, and they're bringing it right into the farm. I think this is the gap that you don't see in China that you see in other markets. That Alibaba, one of the biggest tech companies in China, is partnering with a large pig integrator, a pig farming company. Those are things we just don't see in other places. It's so exciting to see what they're doing. I would encourage you to travel to Chengdu, talk to this company, think about what they're doing, and think what the implications are for you and your industry. Aquaculture is something I'm extremely passionate about. And I'm passionate about it not just because of the growth opportunities in this fastest growing segment in our industry, but there is technology today that can mean that we don't fish the oceans anymore, at least not for food, maybe just for pleasure. And that has much broader implications, not just on the health of our oceans, but on the security of our planet. The number of situations that are going to be impacted by maritime disputes over the next 20, 30 years are truly frightening. We can change this if we really engage in thinking about aquaculture and thinking about what is needed to grow this industry. And of course, pet food, an extraordinary opportunity in this market, an area that's becoming increasingly important and very, very fast growing, especially in emerging markets. We must commit to education. We must continue to educate our young people, but we've got to do it in different ways. The way we did it in the past is over. And I think it's the responsibility of corporate citizens like Alltech and any other companies to engage in this process as early as possible. My parents built over 15 science labs in schools across Kentucky, one in Ireland. What an amazing program. How can we partner together to continue that type of program? We're going to continue with our AYS, many other programs, and we're looking for partners to do this with us. Here's Science with the Accelerator. My mother said it was like living inside a tornado. Things were constantly changing and speeding up. And that's why we honored him with our Medal of Excellence and our Humanitarian Award. And I would say for me, the absolute highlight this week, certainly this year, was this moment, this special recognition for my parents. What a special moment. And I thank you all. So where do we go from here? The ACE principle is an idea my father started to talk about when he was my age. So I've grown up with this idea. And for my generation, this is completely natural. Of course we should be thinking of what consumers want. Of course we should be caring for the environment. And we all want the welfare of animals. It's first and foremost in our minds. So for my generation, the ACE principle is something that is second nature. And I think that makes us much more purposeful in the way that we move ahead with our business. We want to tackle some of these big issues, and we see them as major opportunities. The opportunity of us being a purpose-driven company, and for you, driving your companies to be more purposeful, is incredible. We can help the whole chain to improve its communication, to understand what are the issues that one part of the chain is having that impact the other. We can allow technology to be deployed and truly utilized. We can help to resolve major issues such as overfishing, soil degradation, plant and animal disease. We heard so many great ideas about those these last 2 days. And perhaps most importantly, that our people and their ideas reach their full potential. This will allow us to have a major impact on our communities and on our industry. A friend of mine sent me this on Sunday night. But I thought it really encompassed a lot of what this conference is all about. In each of your hearts, there is a song. You dream a dream amidst the throng. that song, that dream, that thing, and do what makes your heart sing. You are but one within the crowd, yet together as one, we can be loud. Together, we can make extraordinary things take place. So sitting in the audience, out with you, what would TPL, as we call it, what would Pierce Lyons do? He would be thinking it and inking it. He would be making sure that these 2 days that he invested here made a difference. He would have done 1,000 things over the last couple of days. So think about that. Think about what you're going to do, what you're committing to. Think about loving what you do and doing what you love. What we want, what my vision is that together we can work towards a planet of plenty. Dream it. What is your one big idea? Share your idea. Share it with others so that you can make it happen. Make it happen this year. And we'll see you tonight at many of the events. And we'll see you next year at 1:19. Thank you very much.